Okay. Gonna relocate stuff again. That wall's gonna suck. I hate doing that kind of thing. Oops. Not gonna have enough, of course. We'll just stop there for now. Keep doing it in batches as I get more stone. Alright. You go over to the kitchen. There you are. Alright, so we got our crucibles, got our coal, got our copper and tin for bronze, tools, forge, anvil. I think we're all set for whatever I currently need for that part of stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be a flat roof in case I want to put something up there. Oh yeah. Ooh, still going away real quick. Need veggies. Time for another trapdoor. So yeah, I might decide to put something up here. Either a windmill leading down into the blacksmith, or who knows. It's a fair bit of square footage now that I've got the quad mostly complete. So I might put the butchery up here, or I don't know, the leatherworking, or who knows. There's more stuff now that I've got these other mods that I haven't used before. How do I get that to open? Do I put it... I aim for the upper block? The upper block. There we go. Alright, that's what I want. That's the way I like it. Now we have the other side done. We don't need that. I don't really need this either anymore. Alright, we'll work on that later. More real estate. So yeah, if I ever get into leatherworking, we may never actually get to leatherworking. I haven't seen a single piece or hint of limestone, chalk, none of it. So, you know, I guess I'll start figuring out how the butchery stuff works, and we'll get that set up first. Okay. Yeah, I got lots of stuff I need to do. I need to get some more trees down. I need to get just all sorts of stuff clay formed. Let's see. Medium activity. We're gonna have enemies showing up, so let's do some clay forming, I think. Should probably just get some more boxes made. Get these things down into the food storage. Six and that one. Oh yeah, nail strips. Can you do the double wide chests with the label on it? Trunk. That's what I need to know about. I don't remember how I used to do this. I can't put the labels on those. It's either remember or leave space or put labels next to them. I'm gonna have to think about that. Yeah, I want the trunks. I suspect if I put the label on it, I won't be able to combine it into a trunk. Nope. Why can we not have labels on the on the trunks? I think I'm going to change this arrangement. Let's put them over here. Or rather, you can have, so I made a 7x7. That's what typically I remember doing in the past, but I read on the wiki that you can do a 9 wide in one of the dimensions, as long as you don't exceed like 150 total blocks. And since I'm only doing 3 high, and the allowance is 7x7x7, I got lots of room. So theoretically, I could push one of the side walls out a little further. Because I was thinking of making this, since I'm playing solo, this is going to be more than enough space for me to store pretty much all the food I'll ever need on that wall. And I could put other things down here out of the way, like the fruit presses and barrels of fruit juices and all that kind of stuff. So I think I'll do that. I'll put shelves up there. For Crocs, we'll have a couple of boxes, and then we'll put like barrels and a wine press or fruit press and things like that down here. So I need to get shelves and a couple of, I'll just throw trunks down here. I won't really need to label them. No, I don't care about greenhouses. I mean, I have built one in the past long ago, but the 5 degrees of difference is only going to narrowly adjust what you can do. And usually when I'm making food, I'm doing it on an industrial scale, even when I'm playing solo. So before I even hit winter, I've got like 3 years of food already fully, you know, sealed and ready to go. Why would I care about making a greenhouse to give me 5 degrees of difference for growing a few things? It's just a matter, because it's just the way I do things and the scale that I do things. I just never really saw a point other than the cool factor of saying, hey, look, it's a greenhouse. Cool. Were I to do things on a smaller scale, which I probably should, yeah, it'd be cool. It'd make a difference, but I've just never bothered in my single player stuff. Okay. Making more progress. Need to get this wall down and relocate it over there. This is going to be my just general storage. It's just going to be boxes, 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 wall of tools and weapons. So I'll run in here whenever I need to grab or outfit. This will be my dump point when I come back. The blacksmithery and forge and so on. Kitchen and food prep and all that. Food storage. And then butchery / tannery / whatever I want to put on the roof. I could even put the garden on the roof. I mean, the roof of this kind of structure is big enough that I could probably easily subsist just on that. And then I could do just fields of flax out there. I could do my crop growth on the roof and do my flax growing in vast tracts out there that direction. It's probably what I should do, and I might actually do it. I just will never, ever again put bees on the roof. It's a nice flat spot for it, but the buzzing noise being always present is terrible. All right. Damn, 2:30 in the morning already, and I haven't gotten anything really done other than moving some things around. I'm happy with this for now. That satisfies everything I need. Yeah, I need to blitz this wall down and get this relocated. I guess I could get the stuff relocated pretty easily, and that way the wall's ready as soon as I... Oh, yeah. That's fine. Guess I could put it on the... I could put it, like, mid-wall. And we'll leave it the way it is for now. I'll resort things later. Yeah, what a mess. Alright, that wall's ready to come down as soon as I get some more stone. Oops, wrong direction. It's gonna be a totally different color, and I don't care. Yep, that looks weird, all right. Okay. Time to move you too, I guess. Yeah, leave it here for now. I want this thing right here. You guys can stay there for now. Yeah, more boxes. $6:30. I gotta get moving outside again. What do we need to do out in the world? I think it's hiding inside my... Yep. That's hilarious. Let's make that that armor, the firewood armor that I keep forgetting about. What else does it take? Grass and a knife. All right. Let's go chop trees. That's what I need to do. And I'll harvest all these reeds. Yeah. Hi guys, what the hell are you doing out here? Why are some of them instant and these guys still take a lot of sawing? Hi there, young pink apple tree stem. Oh, birch tree is kind of overgrowing it. Go away, birch tree. Got a bear somewhere. Trees are getting a little thin over here. Maybe I'll have to start actually planting seeds. I didn't want to remove all the trees from my local area here. I think I'll have to put another box for raw. Oh, nope, that's the box I wanted. Raw lumber there. Yeah, and sticks and grass will make you finished products. Blueberry, blueberry, blueberry. I think that's going to be the last of the blueberry I pick up. Red currant, black currant. And it doesn't really matter if I mix and match them, so we'll just get enough to finish this row, and then I think I'm done. I don't think I could possibly use more than this is going to produce. So a handful of currents, and that's all finished up. All right, more trees. Damn it. You could drifters. What are you guys doing over here? We'll grab plenty of wood, and I'll go get some more clay, and then we're just going to spend like 2 days making boxes and shelves and clay forming. Puffball. Just one lone puffball? Yeah, kinda. I mean, it's made by Minecraft modders, but it's built from the ground up with an engine they can do anything they want with. They're not beholden to Microsoft to make changes, so they can build it exactly the way they want. Looks great, runs great, and very, very mod friendly. Super mod friendly. But it's very much a crafting, gathering, building stuff game. It has combat, but it's not the thing that it really focuses on. Uh-oh. Where's the portal? I hear the portal. I don't see the portal. Stupid drifter. Where'd you hit me from? I don't know if they're coming out of the cave or the portal is below my line of sight there. And they're popping out of that. Down in that canyon. There it is. I got no space for another one, really. I'm leaving these oak trees for later. When we need to do tannin for the leather making process, we'll need the oak. And I don't want to stockpile the oak or burn it for firewood or make anything out of it. Alright, that should be enough to keep me going for a while. I won't need charcoal for a bit. Other gear. About to break that other knife. Let's go dig some clay. Is that really my only shovel? Wow. Oops. Alright. Remind me to make a shovel. Forever Skies? Yeah, I know of it. It didn't interest me enough to play. But, I mean, there's a lot of games out there in the world. Alright, settle down. Need to get some jam created with the honey I've got sitting around. Use those berries before they go bad. Well, saying it's similar to Void Train is not doing it any favors. I messed around with it a little bit, but development was really slow, and they were just all sorts of in love with making the player fiddle with inventory. So I can't stand games where 50% of my time of actual play is moving inventory items from one small-ass container into another small-ass container that a workbench has that burns through the items really fast, forcing me to come back and grab more small items or more items out of a small container and put it into another workbench and then into my inventory. And it's just so much nightmare of bullshit inventory management where they pad out the gameplay by making the player just literally shuffle inventory items. Small stack sizes, small containers, workbenches that only hold small amounts of the items, forcing you to constantly be micromanaging the inventory. No pulling from boxes, none of that stuff. I like the idea behind it somewhat. The execution was okay, but the management of the inventory just drove me nuts. don't understand games that do that. I mean, there is some valid use to having some kind of limitations on inventory and such, but these games that take it to the extreme, and where I, after playing it for a stream, think about how much of the thing I was actually playing a game and how much of the time I was fiddling with goddamn inventory. I just, after a certain percentage is exceeded, I just can't put up with it anymore. So that's the main thing I remember. The combat was goofy, and I never really revisited it after I initially played a little bit of it. I know it had some updates, but I haven't checked back in on it in quite a while. What keeps me coming back to VS? You know, it's a very good game. I very much enjoy open world exploration, crafting, survival type games, but my one and only beef with Vintage Story, what it chooses to do, it does very well. Very well done. Love it. My one issue is the massively, glacially slow pace of actual content development. That's the only problem I have with it. I've been playing it for years. Very little has changed from when I started playing it. Yeah, we've got some dungeons, we got some story stuff, but the bulk of the gameplay, 99% of the time you spend, is 99% the same as what I was playing 5 years ago. So, yeah, it's a small team. That doesn't excuse, you know, a year goes by and we get 3 flowers and 18 new colors of this block, and we can braid the hair of our reindeer into a cute bow, and I mean, that's the kind of stuff I'm constantly seeing over and over and over and over again in the updates. And then we get a boat. But then we're back to 6 months of, you know, 8,000 more plants and plant types that don't do anything, and and we still have stupid-ass portal storms that summon giga-chad enemies teleporting directly behind you and instantly vaporize your corpse and catapult it into the sun. So, you know. How about we fix some core stuff? Not give me 14,000 more trees. But yeah, I mean, what it does, I love. I'm big into this kind of crafting survival stuff. It's kind of zen to me at this point. I've played so many tens of thousands of hours of this kind of stuff. I've decided I'm just going to fill my inventory so I don't have to come back here and do this again anytime soon. And the mods, I mean, the mods are great. I'm glad that we have the mods, and I do enjoy somewhat playing with them, but the bulk of my gameplay is still vanilla. I mean, I install mods and then never actually do anything with them in a lot of cases. But, yeah. I mean, it's quality production all around. Very, very seldom have any issues with crashes or bugs or so on, so they're really, really solid about the stability and performance and all that. I just wish more general content stuff that expanded the gameplay would be added. Alright, I gotta remember to go back into this room. I keep going into the wrong room. Now that we've got a bit more specialization going on. Alright, that should keep me busy for a little while, I think. My hands will go numb clay forming before I get through all that. So we got wood, we got clay. I don't need a ton of grass right now. What I'd like to get done is I'd like to get... The first thing I'm going to do, and I'm just going to start doing it right now. Let's just start working on it. I want to get the golden comb steps, the clay pot versions. I forget what they're called. I guess I can work on it in here. So, it's not going to show me. Maybe it will show me here. Ceramic honeypot? Ceramic hive? Is that the base and that's the top? Or am I looking for something else? What am I looking for here? There's the ceramic hive and the ceramic... Yeah, it must be those two. I think that's the base and that's the cap. Alright, so yeah, I need a bunch of these things. No idea how hard they are to make. I don't remember making these ever. Can't tell it no without digging into the sides, huh? Okay. This is the one that I don't like. Whole bunches of just single space that I can't use the wide brush on. Copy. Oh boy. One of those. I always forget which side you have to do. Like here you have to do the bottom row. Here you have to do the exterior. Here's also... Nope, here's interior. And I always forget. Alright. I'm going to do... I think I'll do a batch of 4 of that to start with. Get some practice in. Exterior, bottom, interior. Almost. Come on, you. Ah! Mouse! What you doing to me? The fun one. Yeah, I think I'll just do like 4 of these each. Nah, I might do 2 of them each night. I don't know if I can put up with 4. Until we get them all replaced over there in the bee farm. You only have to do one of this single block layer.